Hey everyone, it's Tina from Tina's Crafty Crochet again, and today we are going to attack the ripple afghan pattern. And this is just a swatch sample that I made up, and this is the way it's supposed to look. You know, you will have a valley and peak and valley and peak all the way across, and you can alternate your colors. You can use variegated multi-tonal colors, solids. The possibilities are endless. However you imagine it, you can, get all kinds of effects. And today I'm using this seafoam, which is Aruba Sea, and it is a Red Heart Super Saver worsted weight 4, and the pink is Light Raspberry from Red Heart Super Saver, and it's a worsted weight 4 as well. And I'm going to be using a J 6mm hook. And the pattern I've got today, I got from Ravelry.com. It's called Ripples of Happiness, and it is actually written in UK terms. So to translate it into US terms, their treble is a double crochet for us. And so the 3 stitch treble increase would be a 3 double crochet increase. And the 3 stitch treble decrease would be the 3 double crochet decrease in US terminology. A chain is a chain. And she has written this out, the author has, but she also gave us this cute little graph. And not a lot of people can read a crochet graph, so I'm going to try to walk you through it. There's always a table of contents of your symbols, and that will tell you what each symbol stands for. But in general, the cross with the mark up top is usually always a double crochet in the US symbols, and then when they show them 3 together, that's an increase at the bottom, and when they're at the top, that's a decrease. And that's basically all we're doing, is some chains and some double crochets. And to start out, you can make this any size you want. This section right here is almost as wide as a sheet of printer paper, and it is only 2 sets of ripples. And for each set of ripple, you need 14 chains. And so what you'll do is you'll keep count of how many sets of 14 you chain, and that will help determine how wide. You can do 157. You can do, how many ever you want. But right now, we're just going to do 2. So 2 times 14 is 28. And then we're going to add 3 for our beginning turning chain. So that'll be 31. And we are going to start with the Aruba Sea. As soon as I find my end. There we go. And we're going to make a slip knot. And we're going to put it on our hook. And we are going to chain 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to meet y'all at the end of 31. Double check and make sure you have 31. Okay, I have my 31 chains, and following this says we need to double crochet in the 4th chain from your hook for row 1. Let's get this up here. This is row 1. We'll be going this way from the end of the chain, and 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th chain from the hook, put 2 double crochets. So here we go. I'm going to do in the humps on the back because that's where I like them. So you yarn over and count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, flip it over, go into your hump, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1 and 2. Okay, and now it says to put a double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and next it says we're going to decrease in the next 3. So we're going to double crochet 3 together. So we yarn over like normal, go into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. You have 2 loops on your stitch, on your hook. We're going to yarn over again, go into the next one, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Now we have 3. Yarn over one more time, go through the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we have 4, and we are going to yarn over and pull through all 4, and we have just double crocheted 3 together. We're going to do that one more time for this section. So we've got our first one, and here's our second one. Pull out a little more yarn, and our third one. Okay, and then we're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 again. And now the next one, we do a double crochet in the next 3 stitches. So here we go. That one's easy enough. It's there's always 3 stitches in between your valleys and your peaks, and each stitch gets a double crochet up and down both directions. And this is a very repetitive pattern. Look at that, I've already done my 3. And now we're to the increase here on the excuse me, the heel, the hump, and we're going to, these 2 stitches, we're going to increase in each one. That means we'll put 3 double crochets in each of the next 2 stitches. So we're just going to yarn over and go in and put us 1, 2, and 3. Now if you need to practice, excuse me, on doing a double crochet, I have a video with that, as well as some other stitches on my channel, and feel free to, you know, watch them and, you know, pause if you need to. That one only has 2 in it. We need to do one more. Alright, and so we're going back down the valley, and we will need to do the same as we did before. Okay, you just repeat the process until you get to the end, and I'm at the end of my little sample swatch, and I have 1 stitch left, and always remember to put 3 double crochets in the last stitch of every row. If you get your initial chain count right, this will work out where it's perfect every time. And it takes a little bit of practice, but just make sure your initial chain count is right. All right, so that's 2. And now we are going to change colors. I'm only going to do 1 row. So you start your last double crochet, and then after you pull through 2, stop, grab your next color, pull you a slip knot, stick it on your hook, drop the green. Yeah, my yarn's stuck, hang on. And pull through the pink to finish it. And then leave a tail for sewing in later. And then we're going to chain 3 and turn. And we will start on the second row, which is just like the first in reverse. except now we have our first here in the chain 3. Yarn over and put 2 double crochets in that same stitch. And now we can see the pattern. We're going down into the valley. So we know we need a double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then we need to double crochet 3 together twice. So we'll go in 1, pull through 2, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 4. And we'll do that again, a little slower. And then we'll yarn over and pull through all 4. And then we're going to do 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And now it's time for our increase, which we will put 3 double crochets into this stitch here, because we're up at the peak. And then we'll put 3 in the next one. And now we put 1 in the next 3 stitches. And now we will double crochet 3 together. Now, some people don't like the holes that this makes. I actually do, because when you have an Afghan, it really needs a little bit of breathing room, or it's going to smother you and get really, really hot. So now it looks like we are in our last stitch, but we're not. Make sure you go into the top of that chain 3 and put 3 double crochets in there. So you just get in there. Sometimes it's hard if you chain too tight, which I think I might have. But get under 2 of the stitch and then put 3 double crochets right in there. And then we would chain 3 and continue and turn. Now, as you continue, you notice this side right here pulls up for your straight edge, and then you have your valley and your peak and your valley, and this will be your edge peak. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the first spot here, and I'm going to get my needle, and I'm going to show you how I sew in the tails, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is my favorite needle. It's got the big eye on it, and you have to decide which side is your front. This side is my front, so I want to sew all my tails on my back. So I'm going to put my yarn through my needle. And I'm going to go in, and I'm going to run my needle in a little ways, pull the yarn through, and then I'm going to find another spot going in the opposite direction and run my yarn back through that same section, and then I'm going to do it one more time back up, because this will hold it secure Sometimes it's a bugger to get through there. But this will hold it secure because yarn cannot travel in 3 directions at the same time. And look how nice and neat that looks on their front. And once we cut it, grab your scissors, cut close, but don't cut your stitches. You can't hardly tell where the tail is. And from the front, you can't tell at all. And that's how I sew on my ends. Back and forth 3 times. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you next time. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe.